Morning, and lovely and sunny it is. But looking at the forecast, rain tomorrow, possibly snow the day after. Although I believe that when I see it. South coast, snow. It's probably 10 years since we had the last decent amount. So I'm taking advantage today. Now, today's little wander, let me move out the way of the camera and you can see the lay of the land. Right, you can probably hear a bit of traffic in the background because I am still right on the edge of town. I'm probably, I don't know, a mile outside of the official, what should we say, city limits as it were. To the left, I don't know quite how well or how clear it is, but to the left there's a fence line. That's a public footpath. And at the back there, that large woodland, the public footpath skirts just along the edge of that woodland, about sort of, I don't know, 20 feet into it, shall we say. Straight line, straight through. The woodland is private. Now, what I'm thinking, I'm going to go for a walk on the footpath. But at some point, I'm going to lose my way and get lost in the woods. Or at least that's going to be my excuse if somebody finds me. Right, there's the public footpath. Looking at the state of it, anyone would think we've had a bit of rain, wouldn't they? Never mind, because it's at this point I'm going to get lost in that direction. Right, just pushing through this thick stuff. A lot of coppicing been done here, but it's much lighter ahead. I'm hoping that's going to be a clearing, or at least something not so dense. Small bit of pine, though they're well spaced. I don't mind that. But going round, sorry about the sun, that looks more interesting over that way. I think I'll carry on through that direction. Shut up, crow. There's a buzzard hunting over there somewhere. I can hear him crying. You hear him? Sounds like he's moving to the left. Can't see him, it's too thick. Right, hop over that fence and we'll have a look up through there. That'd be a nice little spot for a stealthy bivvy setup under that fir. Really weird in here. Such a mixture. You've got the firs there. Then, you know, normal evergreen woodland. Over the back there, it looks more something like you'd see in the southern states of America, swampland. Then more firs. It's, yeah, really hit and miss in here. Very odd. Look at the mist or steam coming off those logs. Just a bit of sunlight warming them up after that cold night. The simplest of things amuse me. Now, I'm not sure how obvious that's going to be on film. If I can get my finger in the shot, if I can get it in the right place. There's like a little sort of ditch bit there, and in the foreground here, it's an old tractor track. Obviously, when they were managing the place, one of the routes for hauling timber in and out. But the size of that fir tree, middle of the shot, well established that is, I would estimate nobody has worked this wood for probably 20 years. Another good sign that if I wanted to come here, I'd probably be left alone. Well, that was a sudden and dramatic change of scenery. as you can see, the sort of thing I've just been wading through. Let me turn the camera around. Big old pine plantation. I'm not a fan of these, as you know, but they're not too tight together. It's not, you know, really dingy in here. So I'm going to travel through there, I think. Well, it's quite nice in here, at least with the sun shining. There is evidence of a footpath down there. So if somebody comes here, maybe they get lost like I do. And if I pan right round, I don't know whether it'll show because of the sunshine, but through the edge of the trees there, green field. That's actually where I started filming. I knew I was roughly going round in a big loop, big clockwise loop. So yeah, come round to here. Looks like someone's tried to make a debris shelter in the root of that fallen tree. But of course, as soon as it rains, it turns into a pond. Classic example of how not to do it. Seeing that debris shelter just made me think, what's your thoughts about the debris shelters? Personally, and it is very much a personal view, I don't see a lot of point. Unless you spend hours upon hours upon hours doing it, it's never going to be waterproof. Might keep a bit of wind off you maybe, but it just seems a bit counterproductive to me, especially in a location like this where technically you're not meant to be. That goes sort of dead against the whole leave no trace ethos. If you are going to leave no trace, of course you've then got to spend God knows how long breaking it all down and spreading it around, and that amount of action and movement, and not only when you're building it but deconstructing it, constantly walking to and fro to the same spot, it's just going to leave a huge track in the ground. It's hardly leave no trace. I would much prefer to creep in somewhere, stay on the spot, stick up a tarp. You know you're sheltered, you know you're going to stay dry, minimum impact on the ground, pack it up quick and move again. But yeah, what's your thought of the debris shelters? I know some people moan, say they make the wood look untidy and so on. I have no issue with people building them for fun, especially kids. It's great. It's great if kids get out and do stuff like this. It really is. I don't think they necessarily need taking down again if it's just been a fun exercise. But actually for camping, shall we say, I don't really see the point, to be fair. Well, that was a nice wander around this morning in there. I found some nice locations, shall we say. Not that I would ever dream of camping on private property, of course. But yes, if nothing else, it's been a good way to use my daily exercise. I can't do all this being stuck indoors. I really can't. And hey, I haven't travelled that far. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along on my little wander. I'll see you all soon.